Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Dan.
How are we doing? You all right?
Yeah, yes and no. I'm good. I'm glad to be back at an evening game at Goodison. It's only a week or so until the season kicks off. And it looks like it's going to be a good atmosphere because we've got a couple of signings. How are you, mate?
Yeah, it's all good. It's like you say, a lot of people are going to be at Goodison again, so they get that trip back to Goodison before the season starts, before this Chelsea game, the trip to Goodison, and it's a good cause, this game, isn't it? So I don't know what to expect from this game because I'm not taking it too serious. I just want to see a good game, no injuries, and I think it's massive that it raises stuff on the Ukraine situation, and also we raise money for them, don't we? They're going to get a lot of money out of this from us, which is good on our behalf. I'm glad we're doing it.
Yeah, it just, I don't want to sound ungrateful or look a gift horse in the mouth. It does. I've had a back and forth with a few people on Twitter today, and it does seem, football sort of fades into insignificance when you kind of realise what's going on. I'm sure, quite a lot of people joining us now. Thanks for joining us. I'm sure we'll have some regulars, new faces, anyone watching now or later on in the wind-up, getting ready to get your coats on, get down the Goodison Park, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's really, it puts it into perspective, and I suppose it's a case of doing what we can. We are just individuals, and the football club is just a football club. It's not really life or death as people say it is.
I think my personal opinion is it's easy to forget. Do you know, at first when all this started happening, it was on the news everywhere and it was all you was thinking about. And then slowly as they become, time passes, it fades away and you forget a little bit of what's happened. And I think it's good to bring it back because a lot of people have lost the kids, the families, their houses have been completely blown up. Do you know what I mean? It's proper bad. So it hasn't gone. It's still there. So I think that you can't just forget. So it's good that we're kind of bringing it back to people's heads that it hasn't gone away, if you know where I'm coming from.
Yeah, 5 months it's been. In that time we've seen a lot of stuff online. Anyway, we're going to get really sort of downtrodden and miserable. And I think for Kyiv, it's kind of keeping it fresh in people's minds, because obviously they had the European Champions League qualifier. They had the second leg on Wednesday night against Fenerbahce. And the first leg was played in Poland. That was 0-0. And the second leg in Fenerbahce, when they scored, there was lots of celebrations. And of course, the Fenerbahce fans decided that it was appropriate to respond with chants of Vladimir Putin. Not sure if you're aware of that.
No, I didn't know that.
I'm not going to be happy if there's any of that tonight. But obviously, this is a friendly and it's done for the cause of peace. And then Fenerbahce equalised, and thankfully justice was served. It went into extra time, and Kiev scored 6 minutes from the end and won 2-1. I will sort of get the it's a bit downbeat. We spoke about this. Do you mind then if I get something sort of out the way?
Yes.
In the of that, and then we'll get on to the football.
Yeah, we're just paying our respect, basically, showing that we understand the situation. And you, as I've already seen, have just released quite a touching poem that kind of clicks and connects with a lot of things. So it's the right time to get your poem out first, and then we'll boost things back up. But like I say, we've got to start the channel with a bit of respect, because that's what this is kind of about, this game.
Yeah. Like I said, I spoke to a chap called James on Twitter, and he said no matter who wins tonight, there are people out there who are going to lose far more than we could ever understand or imagine. But yeah, so I'll share this with people.
Here we go.
It's a little passionate bit of a step away from the norm, because normally I do my sort of mock epic rhyming couplets, but it's more authentic to my non-Yandal kind of poetry. So this is not a battle cry. This is not a battle cry. It's a lament for parents asking why the world is watching children die. Hubris rained down from the sky. The breadbasket of Europe burnt dry. A hunger for justice, a tear in the eye. This is not a battle cry. We'll talk about our hallowed club, shovel down our greasy grub, an easy switch around on StubHub, and another lip service to brotherly love. A perfunctory nod to human life, hug the kids, kiss the wife, but we'll know nothing of the strife of waving a last goodbye, of fleeing, of mobilizing with brothers, of hoping your kids don't die before their mothers. No, this is not a battle cry. This is a eulogy to the victims of atrocity, all the horrors we don't see in ongoing tragedy, fleeting coverage on TV, because God forbid it disrupts your tea. It's misinformation media banners perched above a ticking clock while out of sight the bombs don't stop, drop and roll another one, anesthetized to more life gone. Homes and towns now blown apart by mankind's most disgusting art of propaganda from the start, empty promises that break the heart when it all boils down to oil supply. Oh no, this is not a battle cry. Slava Ukraine. Yeah.
It's good. How do you feel about that? Because that's probably, like, I heard some people say it's one of your best ones. It's proper deep. Like, it's one of them, if you close your eyes, you can literally go to some of the places with the words that you read out. Do you know what I mean? With stuff that's happened. So I think that's a cracking one from you, mate. And it's proper deep. Thank you, mate.
Thank you. You know, I understand that people joining us and people watching afterwards, thanks for this. But yeah, I know you might not be poetry fans. I know it might be a bit boring. You might have sort of put up with that and muted it for a little bit. But unfortunately, you know, you might be able to do that with the poetry. I don't think we should do that with our awareness and thoughts of Ukraine, everyone in Ukraine, people who've left their homes and everything they knew. And I really think it's quite touching that we as a club have, you know, going to be welcoming over 2,000 Ukrainians from around Merseyside. And I think it's rather, fitting with the club ethos that we're sort of one of those clubs that is welcoming them. Like they've been on a tour around Europe. And like I said, that's been sort of charity games because their league's just obviously gone to shit. But they're still playing the European ones. I mean, I don't know whether they've got a Polish player who returned to is it Lodz? Because he was playing for Ukraine, but they were told for Kyiv, and they were told he could go back to them. So, you know, looking at their squad, they've got a Serbian, a Pole, and the rest of the team is Ukrainian, sort of hungry and homegrown, and they know that they sort of I think there's that mentality of being tied together. So yeah, onto the football. Hopefully we can do that sort of sense of European unity, world unity, you know, and make football a sort of a vehicle for that responsibility that we've all got. Just got to say thanks to the usual fellas. Jack the lad here as always. Thank you. Bobby's in again. Dave, afternoon lads. Thank you for that compliment, Dave. Appreciate it. And Jack, yeah. Bob Stevens, what do we think about retro Everton FC? It's like Aqua. If I could turn back time, actually, I wouldn't have got Mashiri. I don't know. Is this about the program or the kit? What do you think?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he's.
Afternoon, Brian.
What he's linking to that. I was just going to say, there's a lot of rumours of more players today as well. That's class, that, isn't it?
That's from the 12th of March, 2015. Obviously, don't have the one from the 19th of March. My dad's got the one from November 15th of November, 1961.
But that was some proper vintage stuff, hasn't he? Does he save a lot of stuff?
Yeah, my dad's got every, well, and more besides. He's got every Everton home programme since the Second World War.
Really?
Yeah, they're all sort of blocking up shelves and cupboards and things. But that one was, I don't think we're likely to see some good goals from, a 2-0 drubbing, courtesy of Roy Vernon and Jimmy Fell. That's a bit of a, Roy Vernon might strike some chords, but I think my dad even had to scratch his head going, was it Jimmy Fell? Yeah.
Did look good. He must have loads of stuff full. You know what I mean? If he's got that money from that, they'll be worth a lot of money in time. They will. A lot of people save the Everton stuff at the minute.
Hey, we're getting a shout out here. Axl Rose is here, folks. Welcome to the floodlights just before the game. Yeah. Anyway, I was just going to say the little thing that we've got as a starting, because obviously we're going to talk about maybe. I think it's best to finish it on. Heading towards the sort of football and the kickoff and the announcements and the teams. But just out of curiosity, Dan, you surely must be able to guess, under Martinez in 2015, the only player that now remains as an Everton player that is featured on the back here.
It's got to be. Is it Coleman?
It absolutely is.
It's got to be.
It absolutely is.
Yes, I got a question right. That's good for me. You know what I mean, I was thinking I'm going to get this wrong, but.
Okay, no, I had a flick through this earlier. If anyone case, it's not really a difficult question, but no. Which Ukrainian player opted to play for the Russian national team and made his fame in England at Manchester United before joining Everton?
I don't know this one. See, you had to ask me another question when I was on a roll.
You don't know this? Oh my God! Like he blew me. I had a little bobblehead as a kid. It just blew me away the way he'd stand on the ball. Come on,
Bilo-Syni.
No.
I don't know. Yeah, I just was thinking Russian player. I don't know.
Andrei Kanchelskis, mate. Yes, Dave.
Yes. I knew other people would get it right. I said to you, stick with one question. I did well to get that right. I'm bad at quizzes. I am bad. Some of the guys on Spaces that I've got on my Spaces do like quizzes and stuff, and they say, "Do you want to come on the Space? We're doing a quiz," and I'm like. I'll have a listen, but I'm not giving no answers because my memory is shocking. I can remember like players' names, but I can't remember like when they scored or times and stuff like that.
Yeah. Just got to say, big shout out. I'll read some of these comments a bit quick. Jason from Bristol, he says, "As an Everton fan based in Bristol, I'm housebound due to disability. Do we know if there's another way to donate?" Thanks for joining us, Jason. Really appreciate that. I hope you find the game on TV. We have been told that it's on Dynamo Kyiv's YouTube stream. So I hope you're going to watch that, but they might have links on there. I can't speak, but I think if anything that you want to donate to the Ukrainian humanitarian appeal is, pop that into Google. That'll come up with some stuff there. Robbie Pritchard, again, makes a very good point all the time. Thanks for joining us, Robbie. Let's have a 4-4 or 5-5 draw tonight. Yeah, share the honours. Just a cheer fest of goals either side. I'm not arse leaking goals, to be fair, because it's, they'll be a bit tired. They'll want an exhibition game, and it's more about the exposure than it is about the football, I think. So as long as there's room there for Lampard to sort of tweak last-minute additions like, McNeil, see how we're finely tuned before we kick off the season.
I just keep thinking, no injuries. I want to go into that Chelsea game with the fittest squad that we've got, the best squad we've got. I don't want Mina to get injured for this game or something, but I don't think it'll be an aggressive game. I think it'll just be a nice respect played football game. And
Richo's got the same idea as you, Dan, watching the game at home with a couple of cans and pizzas.
That's what I like to hear. I like your style, mate. I like your style.
Right, so
tell us what pizza you're going for, because I'm always interested in what people have on their pizza. I'm a meat feast, I am. What are you, Yann?
Oh, me? Yeah. Pepperoni, mushrooms, jalapenos. I'm fond of jalapenos. Might be a bit of a spicy take, but I can't do pizza if it's got. I love barbecue sauce, but if it's got barbecue sauce on it, swerve.
It stays with you forever. The barbecue sauce does, doesn't it? It's one of those tastes that lingers, that stays with you. So I'm the same. I like barbecue sauce, but I don't like it on pizza. We have to engage in these comments. You know what I mean? He said he's having a pizza, so we'll ask him what pizza he's having. We love them.
So Bob Stevens has mentioned no retro is in getting players back that we sold. Barkley, Gay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the way I see it is I wouldn't begrudge anyone rejoining as long as they're going to give everything that they can. And, we have to accept that we're not in the situation we want to be. But, okay, so...
if you're going to somewhere and you're struggling and you want to get better, Lampard's like the person that's got to make all these better. There's a lot of pressure on Lampard because another name that's come in the hat today is Batshuayi. I don't know if you heard that.
Oh, he was with us as a. Hang on, was he with us as a youth player, or and then he went to Chelsea, or did we get him on loan?
Chelsea, and then he was Crystal Palace behind Benteke. A lot of people are not sure about him. They don't. He's 28 now. They don't rate him. But
I was confusing him with Christian Atsu, who, funnily enough, another Chelsea little, I don't know, coincidence, played in the game that we lost 5-2 over in Kiev in 19. Oh, okay. Let me ask you a question, Dan, and for anyone out there.
I'm going to get it wrong.
No. It's an opinion question, right?
Go on then.
I think, let's just be honest, we could rule out Lukaku because he would be the one player that you'd want to take back, right? If we could. But who would you take back? What one addition would you add to the Everton squad from 2015? Robles, Hibbert, Baines, Gibson, Jags, McGeady, Oviedo, Kone. I said I've ruled out Lukaku because I think that's kind of like the standalone. Morales, Naismith, Distan, McCarthy, Besic, Barry, Atsu, Barkley, Osman, PNR. Well, we've still got Coleman, Tim Howard, Lennon, Stones, and then it gets down to the youngsters.
Is Tim Cahill not there?
No. He'd left by then, mate.
I'm gutted. Tim Cahill would always be my number one choice.
Are you sure you wouldn't go for? It'd
be interesting to see Elka and Tarkowski centre back. That'd be pretty solid, wouldn't it? I can't see it, mate.
Number 30.
Who is it?
Antolin Alcaraz. To be fair, I think he was responsible for 3 of the goals that we shipped. He missed heading the ball and it rebounded and got poked in for 2-1. And then there was a ball floated forward from halfway and he just got completely spun by the attacker and then he was free to have a shot. And then he missed a challenge completely and didn't get there in front and wasn't goal side. And that was the sort of capitulation. And then they obviously had the freedom to get a wonder strike in before Jags headed in a sort of glancing header from a Baines corner. So who would you take then? Because we've got some people here.
Jagielka I'm going for. As soon as you said Jagielka scored, I'm going for Jagielka. I like Morales.
Jack the lads said Morales.
Yeah.
Which I don't think he ever really had we couldn't quite put our finger on what happened with him, I don't think.
He didn't.
Dave said Bainesy.
Yeah, Morales didn't. He wasn't as good as he should have been. He was class, but he didn't show it enough. Stones.
Look, if it's doable, Bob, you can be as greedy as you want. If we could all get the 80s team back and Howard Kendall, yeah, absolutely.
I'm going back to Dick's. And then, mate, get him scoring some goals for us. We need a goal scorer.
But I'd like to sort of say as well, if I can, I know, it's almost as if when players and managers leave a club, it's almost like, no, they are dead to me now. They do not exist. But I just got to say, in the pre-match talk here, I was just flicking through. Roberto Martinez said, 7 years ago, and I suppose it's always true. And, maybe there's a cynic in me. I don't know whether you read these, and it always makes me think, do they just sort of have the statements pre-prepared and they have the manager look over them or see if there's anything they specifically want to add in? Because, they're all well written, but it just seems, I don't know. I don't want to criticise the club.
What's he say? Go on. What's he say?
No. Now is the time for us all to stick together. And we are all aware that the tough period we're experiencing is going to test us to the maximum. But as a football club, we are ready to show once more our desire to win every game that we go into. Phenomenal. No, that was me adding phenomenal there.
Yeah, it's kind of freaking same sort of situation now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Seems like it's been the same thing all the way. You could literally put that in the programme now and it would kind of fit for what's going on now.
Yeah, and Jags was also signed his off by saying, the reason people tend to mention the special atmosphere at Goodison for midweek games is down to our fans. There you go, Dan. It's you that have made the reputation, and it's you that can show everyone just how special this place is on nights like this.
I'm going to get him back just for that. Jagielka was good though, wasn't he? He was good, proper good defender. And he could score as well. I think we'll always remember his super goal, won't we? The one that just spun away top corner. We won't forget that one. Was it a volley or was it a volley or half a volley, Jagielka's goal?
Oh, what, against Liverpool?
Yep.
What? I think that was straight on the volley. It came over to him and he smashed it in.
Beautiful. It was one of those that curls away from the keeper and goes more and more top corner. Cracking goal that was. Phil Jagielka.
Oh, honestly, I don't.
Has he retired or not, Jagielka?
Oh, it was a half volley. I think he's. Oh Christ! It was either this year or last year. I said, stop asking me questions, putting me on the spot, Daniel.
I know you did the same to me, so I'm going to get you back, mate. You know what I mean? There you go.
I would be showing
things as well.
I would be showing solidarity as well with the sort of blue and yellow, but it does a sort of funky.
It looks like super.
Oh wait,
looks like you're going to fly away.
Will Mykolenko be captain tonight? You know, I think that would be absolutely lovely as a gesture for him to be captain.
I like.
You know, there's. That's a good question, and it demonstrates sort of the mentality that the club, or we expect of the club, and the fans that we have. So, yeah, I don't know. So anyway, Dan, let's get to it. Do you think what's your sort of predicted or hopeful lineup then?
My lineup is probably the same as last time. I think it's going to be. You put me on the spot here. I think it's going to be Tarkowski left centre back. This is probably more what I want it to be, not what I think it's going to be. Tarkowski left centre back, Mina centre back, Godfrey right centre back, same as last time. Mykolenko on the left. Mykolenko's got to play, and he is going to play. And Patterson on the right. I thought it worked well against Blackpool. Centre midfield. Will Allen start? Does he need a game? Maybe. I think Allen and Decore. I think it might go back that way. Allen and Decore, I'm going to go for.
Have you lost faith in Gabamin?
I don't know. What I think they said it was a precaution. Maybe Gabamin is a good shout as well to give him a game. He'll probably come on as substitute or something, but he's played well and he's been one of the better players these friendlies. So I am a fan of him, but I don't think they want to risk it too much. I think they want to build his muscles up slowly. I think it was just precaution. So yeah, I am a fan, but drop it. What's he said?
That's a bit contentious, that. Hugh, are Everton a sanctuary for former Premier League stars? Barkley, Dele, Gay. Well, we had Barkley and Gay before, and I don't think Dele's a bad bit of business, really.
It's all cracking business, though. I think you should look at it with a football brain and think to yourself, will they help Everton? Not did they play for Everton? Just look at them as players. Because I think Ghana Guy, I watched him for PSG. I don't know if you've seen a video I put up. He's even better. He's class, you know. He is proper class. He's still class.
The thing is, when you're playing with those kind of players, it gives you an intuitive. You kind of have to develop that faith and confidence that you're going to play automatic football. That you're going to know. That you're going to know where they are. I mean, I had half a mind to suggest that we play DCL up front, and I don't know. I don't think we are. Not for any transfer reasons, but I think there's probably going to be work around the season. In the back, you know, on the training pitches and stuff, to get Dominic like fully match fit, ready for Chelsea to go raring bang straight out the blocks, because he's our number one striker. We don't really have, besides youngsters, we don't have options for sort of playing that unless we sort of have a rotating false 90 type situation. I mean, Rondon, yes, but is he going to be able to play a full match? I don't know. So my thinking for today, sorry, carry on.
I was just going to say on Calvert-Lewin, I do think he needs a goal before we start the season, doesn't he? So he hasn't scored, has he, for a while? And strikers are confidence, ain't they? They need that goal to get them going. So I think even if he could just play half a game and not one in, it's massive for that Chelsea game. Because if you ain't scored for a while, you as a striker, you start thinking in your head. If you play football, you start thinking, I can't hit a barn door. Everything I'm kicking is going over the bar or wide. And he starts overthinking it, and it turns him into a bad striker. So he needs that goal badly. Every striker needs a goal. Ghana guy is class. He is class.
He is. No, you're right, Jack. It's Idrissa Ghana guy, Idrissa Ghana gay, whatever. I don't know. I agree. You know, if
whatever
it's
you
French,
want to call him, you know what I mean? I don't know how to say it. I just call him Ghana now because I don't know how to say it. But I think that on him, Jan, I think he'll be a player that if he comes in, he'll make everything click in centre midfield because he's got that confidence to make everything work around him. He is the missing jigsaw piece for me because if he plays in that number 6 position and he shows confidence on the ball, players are going to keep coming to him and he'll just feed everyone. He'll be like Xavi and Iniesta. I'm not comparing him to them, but it'll be like that sort of player that can control it for us. I hope we do get him now because I'll be gutted if we don't now. The rumours have been pretty big. Do you think it'll happen, Jan?
I don't know. I mean, there might have been rumours there because he's been pushed out to the fringes of PSG. What I've just got to say while we're addressing it, a couple of you guys are talking in the YouTube comments. Absolutely fine. Talk amongst yourselves. Somebody saying that Ghana may be homophobic. Someone maybe got pissed off with pride stuff. Now, I think it's put me on the spot here. I don't necessarily want to talk about that because it's his personal beliefs. And I think I kind of was involved in a conversation with someone on Twitter where, someone's ability, the moment their personal beliefs jar with their obligations to do a job and to fulfill a contract, that's when you need to address it. I have my own opinions, having played for Rainbow Toffees and supporting LGBTQ+, and my belief is that everyone is entitled to their own pursuit of happiness and nobody has a right to infringe or prohibit anyone else on their path to happiness if it doesn't affect them. If it has no bearing on how you live your life, then that's it for me. But I'm not gonna start tearing somebody down because somebody has faith. And ultimately, I think it was years ago in Skins, where Anwar's dad said to him about Maxi that when Maxi came out as gay and he said, yes, my religion teaches me this. It does not mean that I understand it. Just hope that one day my God will help me to understand it. Anyway, if people want to have their religion,
I've seen it loads on Twitter and stuff, and it's something I don't comment on because I don't think there's an answer. I really don't think there's an answer, and mainly we don't actually know the situation. You can't speak about something unless you actually know what's gone on. We don't know. Like, we know he's got his religion and his beliefs. We also know about the we got told what. We generally, that's all I can say is that we generally don't know what happened. So we kind of just need to just trust that Everton do the right thing and sign him, knowing that the situation's right.
And the bottom line is, we live in a world where people should be protected by law. We live in a world where people know that, where essentially you can expect somebody to tolerate other people, but you cannot expect them to fully accept or promote that if it goes against their fundamental beliefs. So that aside, let's get back to the football, because even though, we're kind of touching on sort of dangerous.
I had a feeling that someone, because I've seen it so much over Twitter, that someone would drop comments in like that. But I know it's a subject that we can't hit an answer with. It generally isn't a subject you can finish with an answer. It just goes on forever. And I trust if Everton do get him that the situation's right. I do want Ghana guy though, badly.
Yeah, Jack the lad. Everyone is different, and what a beautiful world it makes a lot of the time.
We haven't said it, but if any new people are on, if you can like and subscribe, hit the subscribe button. It's down there. Nothing to subscribe. We want to get our subscribers up. We're starting to release a lot of content. We're on before games, after games, and we also just do cool stuff on it. So please like and subscribe.
Right. Yeah. Thanks for that, Dan.
I always forget, Jan. I always forget. I know Ryan told us to say it, and then I think, oh my God, we've been chatting for 30 minutes and we haven't even said it. So there you go.
I might have dropped it in here and there. No, I think I agree with you. I think Pickford, Mikolenko, left wing back, Patterson, right wing back, Tarkowski, Mina, Godfrey. It's hard to disagree with you. I don't know. Again, nice one, Jason. Jason's found a stream and he's found another way to donate to the Ukraine humanitarian appeal.
Good lad. Give him a shout out. Well done, Jason, mate.
And Hughes just asked, do we need another winger beyond McNeil? He says, in my honest opinion, we do. Caps was an accident there.
Do we see McNeil tonight? That's a big question, isn't it? Is he going to play?
I am going to say yes, because we've signed him. There's only a week or so before the Chelsea game, and I think it's going to be giving him some sort of opportunity to play and be paraded in front of the fans and to possibly off the bench. But I don't know. It all boils down to who's playing up front. Because if it's Rondon, I think they might give the youngsters a go to so that he can be more of a sort of more static target man, hold the ball off or go for the shots. And then give them the freedom while he's drawing men. If it's DCL, he's obviously going to be targeted. But I think we need some more strength behind him so that he's not put under too much pressure to risk an injury. But I'm going to go for the same back line and the same keeper. I was going to say, I agree with Shush. Dele needs to start today. Confidence is high. I agree. I think we're going to see Dele Alli. I think we're going to see Tom Davies. I think we're going to see Iwobi.
Do you?
Yeah.
I've just got a feeling that I said it a bit negative, but I just got a feeling that Alan needs the minutes. He come on at the very end of every game so far, and I've just got a feeling, like you say, it'd be nice to see Davis again because he needs games, but it's nice to just see Alan and Decore like they used to play, and then above them, I'm with you. I want to see probably Ali, Gordon, and Calvert-Lewin as the pressing three above them. And it's basically the same team as last time.
Yeah, but Hugh made a good point about similar to what I kind of touched on before. If we don't play DCL and don't even play Rondon, we could see that sort of false night rotating three up the front where they.
I think this could be cracking because do you know what I'd like it to be? I'd like it to be instead of Calvert-Lewin, Dele Alli, and then play McNeil on the left. Gordon on the right, and like you say, no striker, and just keep the ball because McNeil's really good at keeping the ball. It might help us with possession and stuff like that, and there'll be a lot of movement, and it'll be like whoever wants to attack can attack, if you know what I mean. So they won't. We seen Man City do it loads, didn't we, without a striker? Yeah, we've seen it loads.
Well, I mean, we played most of last season without a striker.
There you go. So it is good to learn how to do that as well because. Obviously, we might be getting back Shuey, but if Calvert-Lewin is injured and we don't trust Rondon, we can play without a striker.
Is he a striker? Is he an out-and-out striker, or is he a sort of winger forward?
He's basically Lukaku. He played for Belgium, Batshuayi. He ain't as good as Lukaku, but he's the same striker, like a centre forward, big and strong, scores, but very out of form. A lot of people don't like his name. Very, very out of form. But obviously, Lampard's probably seen him at Chelsea and stuff, and I don't know if he was under with Lampard at Chelsea. I'm not sure, but there is big talks on Gilmour as well. Did you see that?
Well, obviously ongoing, but I haven't seen anything developed.
I just every morning I wake up and read the news, and in the latest news it said Gilmour and Batshuayi that we're going to get them both. Signings, I think I read, maybe as signings, not as loans, which was interesting. I think we're after a lot of cheap deals. I think we'll see Barkley. Yeah, a lot of people have got Barkley's. His Instagram and Twitter pages are very interesting. It's very Everton-y at the minute. I don't know whether you've seen that, Jan, but he's put his Everton stuff back up and he's got his diamond out on his Instagram and stuff. And I think he's pushing for the move back.
Hughes raised a question. Is Holgate off? Looks surplus to requirements, but we're only an inevitable Mina injury and a bad injury to another, and we look very short. I haven't quite made my mind up about Holgate. I flip-flop. I do. I think he's got a quality there, but he needs to have a right pairing or partnership or players around him. And last season was, for all the same reasons, was very trying for everyone.
You're hitting me with the topic of Holgate. I actually switched my Twitter off yesterday with the Holgate topic because I'm not the biggest fan. And the rumours was that David Moyes wants Holgate. And I said, if David Moyes comes in for Holgate for 25 million, I'd move Holgate on because I don't think he's proved himself. Yes, the last 6 games he did, but over the last 2-3 years, I don't think he's been consistent. And I said I would move him on. And I got a lot of stick for it because a lot of people are holding on to those 6 games that he kept us up and think he'll play a whole good season, which I don't think he will. So,
well, I mean, we've got Tarkowski in, and we do have a certain surplus in terms of bodies in defence, and it would just be daft to not make the business decision. It's either do you not give, well, you're not going to be able to give him the match time based on where he comes in the pecking order. You'd think.
Would you sell him for 25 million, Yann? Would you sell him for 25 million if West Ham come in for 25 million? Yeah. It
makes business sense. It frees up the wage bill. It gives us, either balances the books or gives us a bit more wiggle room to add a few million here and there onto the hopefully the signings that we want to take if there's competition, or maybe even go in, secure that other one. Like, I mean, how much would we pay for Batshuayi? 35?
It'll be cheap. I think they really want to get rid of him. I read earlier on that Chelsea want to offload all the fringe players and try and get 180 million so they can spend it all on new players in, because Chelsea are itching to buy it and they want to spend, but they're going to try and get rid of a lot of the players. And that player that Chelsea have got, Colwill, I like him, the centre-back. He's pretty good, that went out to Huddersfield on loan. He's a good centre-back. And if Chelsea are offloading a few, I wouldn't mind to bring in another centre-back, especially if we did move Holgate on.
Right, I've just got to say, I've seen a couple of the guys. Thanks for commenting, everyone. But Jack's just said, just out of nowhere, if you're ever having steak for tea, put some pomegranates on the steak. Apparently, that's now. I've got to say,
what are you, Yann? What are you on your steak?
What am I on my steak?
Yeah. What? How'd you have it?
Rare.
Bit of blood. Bit of blood.
I mean, yeah. I like me some English mustard, but it does sometimes, if it's a really nice cut of meat, you don't even need anything. But I tell you what's really nice, like compare taste combinations. You get everything on this channel.
Yes,
a really nice taste combination, right? It can be very overpowering, so you're going to have a little bit. Pickled walnut.
No, I never tried it. I have the pepper sauce on it. I always have the pepper sauce. You've got to have that. It feels wrong to have a steak without it. It's just banging. And I have had the.
Do you know where sauces come from? Steak sauces.
What are those garlic potato things called that you can buy? Special garlic potato. They're nice. I've had them with them before. They're quite nice as well.
I don't know. Right? Do you know where sauces on steak comes from, though, Dan?
No, and I probably don't want to know by that smile on your face.
Okay. It was during French revolutionary times and instability in the city. There was a shortage in the breakdown of logistics to get food in and out. And at one point they were eating horses and even animals from the zoo and off meat. And basically the sauces were created to have a smell and a flavour that would cover the rancid or off meat.
I'm just not going to remember that when I have my pepper sauce, mate. I'm going to kind of get that one gone. It's like when, if you don't know how black pudding's made, it's like one of them sort of situations, isn't it? You know what I mean? When someone says I've been at the table before and someone says, "Oh, I love black pudding," and you tell them, especially kids, you tell them it's pig's blood or whatever, and then they're like, "Ugh," and it puts them off, doesn't it?
No. Yeah, Jack, absolutely not for me. So the lad said, "Yeah, you can make a wine sauce with it, or put pomegranate on a steak." Right? Okay.
Jack, you're turning this into a Gordon Ramsay show. We love you, Jack. Is he having a steak? Is Jack having a steak now or something? He's got food on.
Right, hang on. If we get Ryan on the other side of me, right, we'll have someone with respectability who does the channel. You who engages in the Twitter spaces, and then me in the middle. It'll be an idiot sandwich. Right.
True.
Yeah.
Right, we're going back to Everton. So what was we? So did we said the team, didn't we?
Yeah, pretty much.
We said the team. So the
What?
result. What are you going for? Go on, people.
Honestly,
Get in.
right, yeah, go on then, everyone. Chuck your results on here because
Chuck your
I
results
can't
in. Go
even
on.
guess it. I think it's going to be something like 3-3. You know, if there's going to be a goal in it and it'll be the last 5 minutes, then it's just going to be, you know, oh no, a penalty.
Yeah, it is. It is like a. It feels like it's not a fixed game, but it feels like a
Oh
fixed
wait, hang
game.
on. Sorry. Bob saying, is this Everton or Eat with the Blues?
But blame Jack the lad down there, mate, with his bloody steak, getting us talking about food. You know what I mean?
I tell you what, if you want some Belter's Gran and you can do it on a non-match day so it's nice and quiet, well, the Goodison Cafe opposite the ticket office on Goodison Road.
Here's one for you, Yann. What do you have? People in the comments as well. Might as well get. I shouldn't take it back there, but what do you have on your jacket potato?
Nothing if I can, because like to me that's a waste of potato. I don't like it. The skin goes hard. The potato it's just like a big pile of starchy,
You don't eat
carby.
jacket potatoes?
No,
Whoa,
I don't, mate.
Yann.
I know.
I like cheese and mince, and I'm a cheese and tuna as well with mayo. You know what I mean?
Right, so right, Hughes said, I just want to see us play aggressively, decent on the ball and transitioning up the pitch. Well, yeah, I do think, though, it's very unlikely you'll see us actually playing. Personally, I don't think they're going to be going in aggressively. I think it's going to be a sort of a gentle game of you know, allowing each team to play football. And, you know, it's going to be a positive thing as well. And you've got to remember, I think, if Mykolenko plays, it's going to be a fantastic opportunity for him to share the pitch with you know, his compatriots.
Imagine if he scores. The atmosphere on that's going to be amazing if he scores, especially knocks a volley in. That'd be incredible.
Do you know? I don't want to like diminish him, right? You know, or anything, or take away from the fact he's a human being. But oh my God, like sometimes when he runs around, he's like a bloody massive puppy with his gigantic eyes and his just sort of joyous face.
Yeah, he is like, I don't know what it is. I mean, a lot of people say Mr. Bean, but he's got that sort of face where he just looks like the sort of person you've got to love. He is one of those players.
Oh, look at that. We're getting some love. Bob, like, we appreciate you guys as well. Honestly, though, it's nice to be here. I think you mentioned earlier that we don't, you know, nobody on here screams and shouts. Honestly, though, it's nice to be here as no one argues and the hosts don't attack the commentators for having a different opinion. Well, I mean,
yeah, I actually like that we just try and engage in the comments as much as we can, and we talk about Everton and stuff, but we like a bit of banter because I don't want this to be boring. I really don't want it to be boring. Some things you'll click on YouTube, and if it's boring, you'll click off. I want this to be something that people engage and like and listen to, so it's got to be funny.
So, Dan, I'm going to put you on the spot. Who do you think will score?
Dele Alli will definitely score again. Calvert-Lewin will get his goal. And do you know what? I'm going to put this one in there as well. I think 3 Everton goals today. I think Doucouré is going to score as well because a lot of people are not liking him.
Okay. You're going for Doucouré. Right. I think Mykolenko is probably going to be given a sort of free kick or a penalty or something. And he's going to score. And I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say that he's going to be sort of guard of honour style, applauded or anything by his countrymen, the Kiev players.
Do you think like it's a really hard game for us to pre-match talk about, for me anyway, because first of all, we don't want to get any injuries, so it's not that serious in that way. Second, it's a friendly. Yeah. Also, it's for Ukraine, which is massive as well. Do we go hardcore? Do we try and batter them? Like every game, you've got to try and batter them. And then I did just think in my head, like if that team that they've got are good and they are footballers and they will want us to take a good game to us. They've got football in the blood, so they'll probably want a good game. So maybe we're giving it the soft approach, but it could be a really hardcore good game. You don't know, do you? They are footballers.
Yeah, no, I know, and especially seeing as they've just played their game against Fenerbahce, they're still in the Champions League. We've got Chelsea next week. It may well be a case that we're going to play McNeil, and give some of the youngsters a run, and give DCL a sort of stretch of the legs, playing for the first 45. So I really don't know.
We can't get battered either, can we? That's the thing for confidence. Also, the people that have paid for the money to go to Ukraine, these fans, they'll want to get a good game. They ain't going to want to watch a bad game, are they, Yann? You know what I mean? You'll want a good game when you go later on.
It's good, articulate guys. Well, when the others are on it, bum bum. Excellent. Thanks, Bob. I'll bear that in mind. We'll have to get right. Mind you, Ryan, unfortunately, is otherwise indisposed. He's not feeling too well, but he is going the game tonight.
I think a lot of them are. Yann, you're going. David, is David going? He's going as well. And Tim Mabs is going.
Anshuman's asked who will play the number 6 role in today's game. Again, Dan seems to think it's going to be Alan and Doucouré moving forward. I might be tempted to say Doucouré, it depends, because I don't know whether Davies will play. You never know though. We could end up playing 4-3-3 to get DCL, McNeil. We might even put Vinagre or Mikolenko. Might start playing left midfield a bit, but then I still wonder if we're going to play Iwobi.
I forgot about Vinagre as well. I would like to see him come on with McNeil at the same time, like a double substitution with loads of atmosphere. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? I don't know if they will even be on the sheet. They might not even be named because they've only just travelled and had medicals, and it's probably disrespect to the people that have trained hard to try and get to play in the team. But I would just even if it's the last 15 minutes, I'd just love for them to come on and get a reception before they actually play that Chelsea game. It'd probably take the nerves off a little bit as well, wouldn't it? It'll make them less nervous, that Chelsea game. They shouldn't be nervous, but it helps, doesn't it?
Yeah. It was a slip of the tongue, I've got to say, Jerry.
I was going to nab you on it, Yann. I thought, you know what? I'm going to let him off. Vinegar. Viagra vinegar. He's getting it all, he is.
If the chips are down, we can put vinegar on. Oh, God. I've opened that one up.
I like that one. That's pretty sharp. That is, Matty. Well done. He wins with that one today.
God.
You got it, Yann. Yeah, you slip up once on here, mate. You'll get it. They all had you then, straight away. One word, vinegar. You start talking quick, they'll get you.
Oh. Do you know what the definition of a Freudian slip is, don't you, Dan?
No, but go on.
It's where you say one thing, but fuck your mother.
Yeah. That's a good saying.
I'm sorry.
Have you ever done them to the people in the comments as well? Have you ever said 2 words at the same time and it just comes out as one word?
Yes.
Like you're thinking 2 different words. I always have that conversation with my partner, and she laughs at me sometimes because I'm thinking one word and I say another word and I put them together to be a complete thingy. I'm sure you all do that as well in the comments.
I'm trying to have a look for any news on Idrissa Gana Gay.
He rang me about 10 minutes ago. He says,
what did he say, Dan?
He's packing his suitcase. He's on his way.
Yeah.
I've tagged him in loads of videos. I've tagged him in loads of videos because he's class. He is someone that would give me the biggest buzz just through him coming to Everton. I actually think, and you lot will think I'm crazy for this, I think he makes us twice the better team, just him coming. I really do. He steps Everton up so much. I think he takes us from being scared of being in a relegation battle to actually going top half of the table, 7th, 8th, maybe the 6th that I said. I honestly think he would change us massively. This is a PSG player. PSG are a big team, ain't they? And if he comes from there and comes in our Everton team, I knew you'd grill me on that one. Oh, if Ghana guy comes, we're finishing 6th. If Ghana guy comes, we're finishing 6th. That's some good
20 minutes ago, Prince Rupert's Tower. Well, in the last hour, you've had Swiss Info, WIW Sport. It's all nonsense. It's all talk.
Don't believe anything you read on your phone.
Stories are circulating. Yeah, there we go. It's just rumours of rumours, isn't it?
I know. I heard some people say that you've got that Ghana guy picture that he had where he was at Finch Farm, hadn't you, from back in the day? And they said if Everton are getting him back, I want them to use that picture. We've got a lot of players now, though, haven't we, Yann? Like, we have got a lot of players. Like, Barkley's going to come into. So we've got Barkley and Dele Alli in that same sort of position. We've now got McNeil and Gordon maybe on the left. Then we've got Townsend and who's the other one that plays with Townsend? Gray on the right, maybe. So that's a lot of players there. Forgetting about Gray. So there's a lot of players. Like, there's 2 players in every position and more than 2 players in the defence. If we bring in a striker as well, we've got quite a big squad. Whether you like the squad or not, or the players coming in, I definitely think Everton are going in for a big squad now with these 6 subs, because there's more to come as well. So we're going to have a massive squad.
I mean, Wanderlust has just asked, well, obviously in relation to the protests, but did it light a fire under the club at the board start wilding out and going beyond the link rumours? Well,
I respect the protest massively, but I don't think they can take credit for that. I really don't. Like, I respect them and they want better for the club, but I don't think they can take credit for that, because before the protest happened, we got told at 27th, and we also got a letter saying there was going to be activity later on. So I don't think the protest pushed them into doing this. I generally think they've told us they're going to do this at a certain time, and at that time they did it. I think the protest was cracking. You wanted better for the club, fair enough. I'm behind, whatever. But I don't think we can actually give the protest credit for loads of players, like activity happening and players coming in my opinion. What do you think, Yann?
Sorry, Dan, I wasn't paying attention, mate.
Do you think the protest was the reason that these players have started coming in? I don't think so, basically.
No, I think the protest is a manifestation of people's dissatisfaction, and the 2 are separate issues. I think, at least anyone with any sort of common sense looking at that, would anyone looking at it with common sense would go that, yes, I can understand people's frustrations with the board, but when you look at our financial situation, looking at the reality of where we are and what we can afford, and and how we might be bound by financial fair play, I think Lampard and Thelwell have clearly been doing their best to sort of get those links. I mean, there's rumours that we could be signing Maxwell Cornet, or that Newcastle are going to trigger the release clause, which makes you wonder why we don't. I mean, Newcastle have wanted a signing, haven't they? They've needed something up front. Because hasn't Sam Maximan? Oh wait, hang on. Sorry,
they haven't got what they wanted, though, have they? They reckon they were going to bring in Mbappe, and they've ended up with getting Cornet. Do you know what I mean? It's not that easy to get. I think it's shown with us as well. Do you know when we got Moshiri take over? You get excited with the money and you think you're going to get all these massive superstars, but the fact is, sometimes with where your club's at, you can't get the big players that you want. And Newcastle seem to be like that as well. They want certain players and can pay it, but these players don't want to take the risk and come to them at the minute until they get themselves up the table in a position where they want to come to them.
I mean, we've Moise Keane has gone, or going, isn't he?
No, it's not going to be pushed. I think it still might be a next season thing. We all got told that it's going to happen now, when they're going to push it to pay up now, but I still think it's going to be paid probably next season. He's definitely got to go because it's in the contract. He's got to go. Whether Juventus come forward and pay it off early, I don't know. We're still waiting.
Right, so I mean, we've gone all a bit full circle there. I think we're going to leave it there, but I've got to get ready and go the game.
Yeah, no. We've had a few people on anyway, haven't we? And we need a bit of football now, don't we? That's all. Give us a bit of football.
I mean, who knows? If we've got the money and we can balance it out. And Anshiman said, if we get Garner and Broha, that would end the window well, in my view, at least for the short term. You're not wrong there, mate.
I heard, don't want to be a Dan on that, I heard Broja, Real Madrid or Barcelona are interested in him. So that's a new rumour. So he could go to a very big team. What we'll do then is we'll wrap this up. Yann, you're going to the game. Have a cracking time, mate. Have a cracking time. I know you're going to love it because it's been a while for you, hasn't it? To be at Goodison and stuff under the lights, as your poem says and stuff. So have a good one.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us.
Get a video going.
I will do. I'll try and see if I can get one there at the time. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your comments. Please do like and subscribe and look out for future videos. Stay on. Dan, are you doing a post-match?
We'll chat between the group. Very likely we'll do a post-match after and see what happens. I'm quite excited. We don't know what's going to happen, so let's see what happens. Mykolenko goal is a must. And you all watch the game. Have a good time. Enjoy your steak, Jack the lad, if you're having a steak. And we'll see you later.
Wanderlust, you be good. And exactly, Matty. Come on, you Blues. Dan, love you and leave you.
Up the fucking Toffees, mate. See you later.